How you doing, everybody? We back, and you back.
I'm back. Welcome to Double E Boxing Podcast, soon to be one of the top boxing podcasters on the planet with everybody else. Shout out to all the boxing podcasters in the United States, all around the world. But yeah, man, I'm so I'm still in Vegas. I have not come down.
Do you still feel in camp, or you feeling more relaxed? Because you've been in camp for a while. 2 camps.
I'm relaxed.
One.
Yeah, 2 camps in one. Mm-hmm. The first, they were in camp at the same time, but 2 fights in one. Cordell Booker, who fought for his first world title against Sebastian Fandora. Shout out to Team Booker, man. I appreciate you guys for having confidence in my ability to do the conditioning for the fight. We came up short, but Booker will be back, and next time we'll do camp in my favorite city with Stamford, Connecticut. I love that city. But it's a good camp, man. The Tower Inferno. Honestly, that was my first time seeing him
in person.
And then it's almost I'll never accept defeat. Mm-hmm. But I think that you have to really I'm not the fighter in the ring, so I don't know I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm thinking, God damn, this motherfucker tall.
Yeah, he's the tallest champion at the moment, even heavyweight wise.
Yeah, he's 6'5", but he's a nice kid, but he tough. Cordell hit him with some straight overhands. Flush, mm-hmm. And that motherfucker smiled. So not only is he the champion, I think he looked for the opportunity to get beat up and then come back and fight. Same fight he had with Erickson Lubin.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I did that camp with him, and then after his fight, the 22nd of March was, the very next weekend we had
another fight,
and still the champion.
Hey,
Michaela Mayer. Oh my God, bro! It's when you have an opportunity to work with guys like Coach Al Mitchell, mm-hmm. Kofi Jantua, Manny Robles.
That was my team, bro. Manny Robles.
Manny fucking Robles, Kofi Jantua, Al Mitchell. Al Mitchell has coached Mike Tyson.
Wow.
Floyd Mayweather. What's my guy? The brothers that are fighting now. The 2 young, the good-looking kids. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of their name either, but I know who you're talking about.
All the greats: Roy Jones, Antonio Tarver.
He's seen all styles.
But
trained all styles.
So we talking about it. Coach Mitchell, I think, is 80. He may be 80, and to be a part of that history and the legacy that he has, bro. I could be a boxing coach if I wanted to, because I learned a lot of shit from Coach, and I learned a lot of stuff being with Kofi. Kofi was a knockout artist, and Coach Mitchell trained Kofi. How the fuck? So
now they're a team.
They're a team. So not only, I'm with the best, but I'm the best at what I do too. So I consider myself one of the best conditioning coach on the planet. So that's the dream team. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
That's hard to find. And hard to get the opportunity.
Bro, it was, it's. I'm like I said, I'm still there. I'm almost back, although I'm here physically. But to go from the stadium to stretching in the locker room, mm-hmm. to the swimming pool, to the arena, to having dinner with Michaela and Coach, and waking up at 5 in the morning, and
But
just a regular. But I experienced the whole thing. I'm talking about 24/7. You know, the dogs, feeding the dogs, and getting up and working out in the morning, and coming back and doing my thing, and then Michaela getting. I mean, it's like, bro, it's going to take me some time to come back from that, but what a great opportunity, bro. I can't really put it into words to like.
Was it a lot easier this camp adjusting to like because you were with Kofi the first time too, right? The first camp you went.
Yes. That's a good question. Okay. The first fight was Michaela's first fight at 147.
True.
147. Mm-hmm. So they were saying that she didn't have enough power and she didn't have the size, and she made 130 pounds. I have no idea. She's a big girl, big athletic girl. I don't know how she made it, but bro, she's beautiful. She's smart. She could punch, and when you look at her, you think she's too pretty to fight. But at the same time, she is willed. Her will is so fucking strong. So the first fight, I think she wanted to prove that she could fight at 147.
I heard that she said that, yeah.
Yeah, and the first camp, I worked on having her tank full so she could punch hard every round, all 10 rounds, right? And she did that. The level of conditioning in that camp was different from this camp. So now, when I came in the camp,
very comfortable at the weight this time around, the second time around. Yeah,
you're right. You are absolutely right. So 2 weeks before the camp, her weight is perfect. She did a lot. She's a constant professional. She's not 30 pounds overweight. Mm-hmm. She was very, very close to 147. I even had to like have her eat some things, you know, but her people are perfecting athletes. They took care of her nutrition. USC, shout out to those guys over, was it Gavin over there, USC, who did all the testing. Usually, honestly, I'm not arrogant. But I've done a lot. And I've never really taken advice from other people to do what I do, because I lived it as an athlete. And when I got into boxing, I knew everything about the biomechanics. I knew how many rounds. I knew how much time they needed. So that's how I based my programs. And this camp, Michaela has spent some time at the USC Center. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go.
I see a lot of boxers that go to the UFC Center.
Well, the science,
especially in Vegas, obviously.
That's the main place. Mm-hmm. The science of the game, they have that shit down. So the science, what I call is the academic part of training, right? I can't say that, like I'm not a book trainer, right? Mm-hmm. I can't put the numbers together. That's the USC Center do, right? So before the camp started, I knew that we had to work on certain things, right? And when I went, and I was at the table, like we're sitting here, right? The guy that she worked with pulled out the chart, all these lines and shit.
Oh,
I was like,
man.
So I was like, okay, cool.
In the lab.
Yeah. So the laboratory, right? Was even with the things that I said we had to work on. And I was like, oh, I'm good. I said, oh, shit. But to see, that's the first time I did that.
You've seen it on a schematic level, on paper.
Yeah, not just a physical, because I could do it. I've done the science. They call it science now, but I could look at fighters and I could look at athletes and say, okay, or I can look at a fight and see what they need to work on. and I do it physically, but I've not really, that was the first time I saw that in the academic form, like you said, graphics, the ups and downs, the charts. But I was good because the things that they said that she needed to work on, that was my plan for the camp. And we did those things, and if you saw when you saw the fight, you saw that Michaela was a lot faster. She was
running laps around her.
Yeah, and almost knocked her out in the 12th round, which is the other thing that we still maintain from the first fight. But at this fight, we wanted to do it a lot faster with a lot more power, sustained throughout the 30 minutes. And so I would go to the gym when she was sparring, and even the stuff that Kofi and Coach Al was doing, I still had to base my programs off of the boxing. That's the difference between just doing a fucking conditioning program. I could say I want to do something, but once I see what they're working on, that's how I base my program. And every fighter is different.
True.
You can't do the same conditioning.
You can't take the same blueprint to every fighter.
No, and that's the difference in my program, is that you different from this guy. You do the same things, but you may throw more punches and not have any power. You may throw more punches and have power, but don't have no fucking stamina. So you have to know exactly what you're doing. And bro, this camp was like, everything was on point, like almost perfect. I mean, nothing's perfect, but we were damn near close. Because what Kofi was doing with the punching, and what Coach Al was looking at, what the strategy and how she needed to do certain movements, and I was thinking, okay, well, she gonna do that movement and she gonna punch. So what workout could I put together that's gonna make her do that more efficiently? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that makes me a bad motherfucker. But man, I'm still high off the victory, and we were counted out because they thought that she was gonna win the fight. She was working with Michaela's old coach, and
which was a topic that it kept bringing up every time.
Bro, you know, when you're dealing, no shade on the women, but women are a lot more emotional. Okay, so yeah, you have to do a little bit more of grooming when you're dealing with women. You can't train them the same way. You can, but there's a certain way. Like, you got to know the woman you're training. Like I'm still learning Michaela, but I know enough to get the work done, to get what I need out of her, you know. But if you don't study, it's like if you don't know, if you fucking miss your wife's birthday, she not gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, she not gonna tell you. She gonna look at you look at you crazy. You fucking missed it. You be like, oh fuck, I forgot. Then it's over. It's almost like it's like that. Like, you should know her better than anybody, and she not even gonna tell you that shit because she think you already know. It's like going to the grocery store, and
I never make a list,
man. But look, so if a woman go to the grocery store, they get what they need, and if they tell us, you say, well, get the bread and get the ham, right?
Well, I got the ham, but I didn't get the bread.
Yeah, or you go and get the bread, you get the ham, and you come home, and she said bread and ham, and she said, but you know we have cheese. And you didn't tell me to get no fucking cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So you got to know how to deal with these women, bro. And when you're dealing with female fighters, there was days where I said, fuck it, today I'm gonna kick her ass. I need this kind of work from her. She get to the track, I look at her demeanor, go to pool. I'm like, I'm not going to get that. So I got to find ways to get what I want. And thankfully, I was able to do that. Every workout was quality.
Nice.
Every workout was quality, and leading up to the fight, everything was perfect. She made the weight. Her mindset was good. She wasn't teeter-tottering emotionally. One thing about Michaela is, like I said, she's tough, right? I ask her critical questions all the time. Like I said, so we were sitting in a calm setting, and my mind was thinking. She was eating, I was eating, the fucking dog. The dog was running around.
You gotta let them dogs.
I love the dogs. I like the dogs. I like the dogs, right? So the dogs were running around, and my reason for my reason for asking her the question was I wanted a reaction, right?
Okay.
And I said, because the first fight they were trading blow for blow.
True. Yeah.
And I said, Michaela, she's like, well, I was like, I'm gonna ask you something. She's like, what? So I look, she says, answer the question. So I need an honest answer. Evins, that's Michaela. I said, when you got punched, I said, because she hit you with some solid punches in the first fight. What did you feel? She said, I didn't feel shit. The atmosphere changed. The dynamics.
Like bingo.
I was like, you know what? I'm good. We good. Are we good? I was done. You look at the first fight, and it was hanging, and she was hitting Michaela, and Michaela was hitting her. And then when I asked her that question, that let me know that we was gonna be everything is good. You're gonna have to kill Michaela. You're not gonna be able to hit her with one punch and think that's gonna be enough. Mm-hmm. So when she said that, I said, okay, we can keep stepping this shit up. And bro, she adapted. So training camp was one of the best training camps I had, besides working with Eric Molina a couple of years ago.
I knew you were gonna say Eric Molina.
Yeah. Molina, bro, my boy Marlon, they let me run the camp, man, and it was perfect. It was like, it was fun. It was professional. We had downtime. We just, we lived that whole entire thing. And then fight week, we locked in, and the people were saying Ryan was going to win the fight, and Michaela she wasn't
locked in,
and locked in, bro. And it's going to be difficult to beat a champion who is fighting for something. That something, I don't know what it is. I just think that she beautiful. She mean. Like I call her the fantastic beast. Fantastic, beautiful beast. Right?
Yeah.
You look, and she commentates too. So
Seen
you
that.
want to look at her and think that she want to knock. Well, she said, knock a bitch out. I'm gonna knock that bitch out, coach. Like really, I'm gonna knock that bitch out. Like really. So, camp was good, but I'm still not here yet. Maybe Wednesday I'll be back. Cause last night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. I was like, damn, it's 11:30.
Yeah, the time zone changed, and then all this daylight saving that happened while you were out too.
I was like, fuck it. People got to work too, so I called Kevin and said, fuck that, we working out tomorrow. Bro, it was like 10, it was after 10 o'clock, and I couldn't sleep.
You're like, if I ain't sleeping, you ain't sleeping.
Nah, you're not gonna get no rest. You're gonna get your ass up. So, but yeah, man, I enjoyed camp, and I look forward to the next chapter. I think the next fight is going to be a unification.
That would be nice. I'd like to see that.
I think in Wales, England. I don't know.
Out there in the UK, yeah.
But there's so many other
Women's
fights.
boxing is growing.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So-
I like seeing that.
I don't know what else to say. Like, what else could I?
How was it being there, and then also how you had mentioned to me that, because obviously she's with Top Rank, so you got to see all of Top Rank.
Vegas is the mecca in this country for boxing. Like this is like Mexico. Like you can go to Mexico, you can find a fight.
You'll find a gym everywhere.
Yeah. And everybody's either boxing or like we have como dice,
Luchadores.
la concha.
Oh,
Right, you have the we have basketball courts, right? They got soccer courts, and Vegas, la cancha,
yeah.
la cancha. Correcting my Spanish, but la cancha. But Vegas is the mecca, and I got a chance to visit Top Rank again. Shout out to Frank at Top Rank and True over at DLX, who they opened the doors for me to come train. And I said, like I said, this is the first time I ever thought about going to Vegas to live. And I'm like, me, Vegas, gambling. I don't gamble, and I can make the move, but nothing's really holding me in Houston. I like Houston, but I don't have no family here. I got good friends, and it's a good vibe here. But if I think about connecting with the top fighters, most of them all in Vegas, or they in Latin America.
Mm-hmm.
Guatemala might be coming to your country. We got
a project working on.
We're working on some good shit. Okay, so you might see me in your country. I would love to go to another country and train, because I think I could bring. Yeah, I mean, bro, you be. Everybody wants to come here, right?
You don't have to do that. You don't have to, but I mean, all the top promotion companies are here.
Yeah, but you can make noise anywhere.
True. Back in the day, man, they used to fight in middle of places you wouldn't think they would host a big old main event. Ali, Thriller in Manila.
Yeah. Where was that in the
Philippines?
The Philippines. Oh my God. Wow.
You see, like things like that back
Ali in the Philippines.
They took Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson to Tokyo.
Yeah.
They didn't have to be in MGM Grand. They didn't have to be in Madison Square Garden. When you have that big name, kind of like what Canelo's doing right now.
Canelo's running everything.
Yeah, he can go anywhere, and they'll just throw him a contract and be like, all right, or throw him an offer and be like, all right, what do you want? We'll make it happen.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got Azteca TV to show all his fights for free in Mexico.
Well, I want some of that money. We all want some of that money.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I would love to go to another country, and because most of the Latin American countries they have the what we call the lightweight guys. You rarely find a heavyweight.
True.
In Latin America, but I think what people are lacking is the knowledge, and I won't say knowledge, but the format on how to prepare on a conditioning stage for fights. There's levels to it, bro. When I said levels, there are levels to this. You can look, if you go back and look at the fights with Michaela in the first fight and this fight, she was different from the last fight.
Oh yeah.
So just imagine going to Latin America and getting a couple of athletes and giving them the right nutrition, the right training, and the right opportunity.
Monsters.
Be good.
And they got they got that want.
Yeah. More want and a little bit of talent.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'd be all for today, folks. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.